That's so cool!
Get out your tinfoil hats, it's spooky conspiracy time.
I got sick of waiting! I want to talk about things now. I want to talk to you guys. I want to turn this music off. I want to take my headphones off. And I want to say, hello, chat! How are you guys doing? Let me pop you out so I can actually see you. Live chat. What is up? Over 130, right? Over 130 people before the streams even started. Pretty good number. ADHD moment. Based ADHD. Hello, Space Frog, Michael, Drakon, Nathan, Juho, Amber, Mega Combat, Creative Burst, Thu, Gaming Lord, Garfield. I hate Mondays. What's up, everybody? Playing Pokemon while you watch? Yo, Stale Humor, what are you playing? What are you playing? I was just literally just before the stream playing Pokemon Black 2, because I've never played them. I've played Black and White. I have not played Black 2, and I'm excited. You're a minute early. I'm not dressed yet. Well, put pants on. We're all here. Playing Kirby. Let's go. What? Strawberry Milk? What's up? What's up? Hello, Salami. Abandonment. Yo, Poke MMO. I've also been playing Pokemon MMO. Yeah, Black and White are great. Dude, N is kind of hot, though. No, Poke MMO. I was also playing that. I played through most of Sinnoh and some of Black. Who's your favorite Pokemon? Hot take, Hypno. I'm a big sucker for stage hypnosis, so like Hypno is just a super cool Pokemon to me. It's a tie between Hypno and Gengar, honestly, only for nostalgia. When I was 5 years old, playing Pokemon Yellow on my dad's lap, where I couldn't even really read, I know we had a Hypno and a Gengar, I think both nicknamed Dad. Like, I think my dad was like, what should we name them? And I was just like, Dad, for both of them. Gengar based, hell yeah. First session of PF2 just got canceled. I mean, no, that sucks that you can't play, but yay, you can be here. Let's go. Who's your favorite legendary? The first thing that came to my head was Entei. So it might be Entei. I do like Mewtwo, but Mewtwo's so generic. My favorite legendary, I'm going to say Team Rocket's Meowth. You cannot say that Team Rocket's Meowth is not a legendary Pokemon. He can talk, and he also talks like he's from the Bronx. Maybe, if we focused more on what we all got in common, instead of what's different, we could all get along. Dude, Meowth is based. Meowth's straight based. Alright, I'm gonna put my chapstick on, awkwardly, like, during stream, instead of before. Best legendary is Arcanine. Yo, Arcanine might as well be a legendary. Like, for real, his stats are insane. I'm gonna move you a little closer to me. My favorite Pokemon. Oh, I forgot Delphox existed. Delphox is awesome. I used her in X. It was awesome. Meowth is great. Favorite type. Alright, last Pokemon question, then we'll move on. Favorite Pokemon type? Probably Psychic. Not just because it's super broken overpowered, not as much nowadays, but it just got the coolest Pokemon, like Chandelure. I like Ghost, too, because it's got Aegislash. I don't know, you're asking me to pick a favorite child here, which some parents can do, but I can't. Alright, Psychic Gang! Excited for Battlezoo Eldamon? I'm really excited. I'm really curious to see what they have to come out with. Like, I know they can do something really, really sick. They got the team over there. They got freaking Mark over there. It's going to be a great product. I'm excited. Yo, Andrew with a $10 tip. Thank you so much. Chandelure is also Ghost. Ghost Fire, which is an awesome freaking combination. Who's your favorite child? Me. I'm my favorite child because I am a child. Psychic is appropriate for the video today. You're right, because we're talking Dark Archive because the embargo has been lifted. I'm allowed to talk about all of them, all of the book. So we're going to talk about book. Andrew, it doesn't say... Oh, I don't know why I didn't read that out. Can we get you to read out, please? It says no. I will read it out myself then, because for some reason I don't know why, the auto-censoring is, like, really stupid strict, so it must have seen something. I got you, Andrew G! Hold on. Dim the lights. This needs to be dramatic. Dim the lights, please. I said dim the lights. As is my custom, I catch a stream. I give $10 bucks. And since I am starting the Mummy's Mask, Pathfinder 1E, have you seen the classic 1999 movie starring Brendan Fraser, The Mummy? No, I haven't. Can you tell me about that movie? I've never heard of it. Anyway, Dark Archive. Thank you, Linus and Shan, for the subs. Alright. Let's go. So, if you missed it a few weeks ago, we got to talk about the Thaumaturge, which was 18 pages. And in 2 hours, we got through about 10 of those pages. So let's see exactly... Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Let's get into this real fast here, real fast. Yo, Reaper Grim with a $5 super chat. Thank you. I'll let that read out.
Cool.
What monster race are you excited for with Battles?
What monster race am I excited for? So I mean, look. The ooze people are exciting. I really like that they're making playable slime people. I don't know if Steven and Mark realize what the internet thinks of slime people. I did not have the heart to tell them when they told me about it. But the internet has a certain relation with slime people, and I will leave it at that. Living Weapon sounds super fun, though. Living Weapon might be more useful for making an NPC. What does the internet think of slime people? I am not allowed to say, otherwise I will be demonetized. Google is your best friend. So honestly, Michael, I'm kind of in the same boat where I'm like, there's no way they don't know. Like, the art for the cover of the slime people is really cool. Like, it's really good. Slime people cool. No horny. No horny. Anyway, Dark Archive. Ooh, look. Oh my god. I'm sorry. Hello? Just had a little bit of a hello?
For full VR setup less than 3.
What? Anyway, that might be a cryptid. First time watching the stream live, you've been a great resource for me getting into Pathfinder 2. We just wanted to say thank you for all your help. Thank you so much for the kind words, Ronan. I'm really glad to have been of help, and hopefully entertaining as well. Cheers, and enjoy the game. I leave for dog problems and come back to no horny. I really, really love... I love the new iconics. I don't remember the psychic's name. Mios is just such a mood all the time. Like, Mios, they're just like... What? What is that? Is that a freaking book? What is a cryptid in a world where Yetis are real? Terrifying, Diego. That's what they are. You've been an essential creator for me and mine, learning more on PF2. I'm so glad, Amber. Thank you. You know, they do kind of look like a space marine. Like an old school space marine. Now I need to try to build a space marine in Pathfinder 2. Oh, man. Durance vibes from... Oh, Durance from Pillars of Eternity. You didn't say anything. My staff wasn't on fire. You're crazy. Go to sleep. I love Durance so much. It's like Thalion, thank you. Brother, this book is heresy. We must burn it for the Emperor. Or rather, I must burn you for the Emperor. Champion with a gun? Maybe. Alright. Yep, Thalion, you're right. Thalion. And Mios, which Mios, so great. So great. Alright. Let's learn about Psychic. Also, apparently, Jonathan's thing didn't... Maybe it's not... Maybe the issue isn't a censoring thing. Maybe the tip reading thing is messed up for now. The direct tips might not be getting through for some reason, which I will fix before the next stream if I remember. But thank you, Jonathan, for the $1 tip. Finally moved to my new big apartment with space for a full VR setup. Let's go! Although that was 3 minutes ago, so maybe that did get read. I don't know. I don't have headphones on. But that's awesome, dude. Congrats. When is this released? End of the month, Ashton. People are currently subscribers... Thank you, Hajutapa, for the $5 super chat.
You're the reason I'm playing a monk in my first PF2
You're the reason
game.
I'm playing a monk for my
Good
first
or
PF2
bad
game.
influence?
Good or bad
You
influence?
decide.
Good influence. PF2 monks are so freaking rad. I love them. Super fun. Yeah, Ashton, this is coming out at the end of the month. Subscribers, Pathfinder 2e subscribers are getting their PDFs, like, as of 2 days ago. And that's the line that, like, when I'm allowed to start talking about the book is when Paizo subscribers are getting their content. Thalion has such ADHD art kid vibes, and I love him. Dude, you're right. What color should I make this? Just all of them. Time to read about 11 from the hit series Stranger Things.
Cool.
Yo,
TNX
Linus,
for all
thank
the
you so
helping
much for the
videos, you are the
$2
best.
for all the helping videos. Thank you so much. That means a lot, guys. Thank you. All right, Psychic. Squishy boys. I was actually expecting 8 hit points, but no, 6. And I believe your subclass determines intelligence or charisma. What's up? We got Deadly D8 in here. What's up, y'all? I actually read that one out. Yeah, it's reading the super chats out. I don't know why it's not reading the tips. I always take more elves. Elves are freaking great. Only an expert in will. And there's who's weaving, of course. Might as well get this so I can listen to it. Because I like to hear the text-to-speech. And if y'all are going to keep throwing money at me, I want to keep listening.
So cool!
For those who have the financial ability to do so, subbing is a great way to show your support and get access to material a tad early.
If you're unaware, what Who's Weaving is referring to is the Paizo subscription. This has nothing to do with my channel. If you subscribe to Paizo, you automatically get every single new book that comes out, like, 2 to 3 weeks early before the street release date. So you support Paizo ahead of time, and you get the content ahead of time. It's a great deal. Weasels, bagel,
I
weasels.
still say they did us dirty with the psychic iconic. Ravani was hot.
Ravani. What did Ravani look like? I do not know. Ravani... Psychic... PF1. Let me see. Oh, Ravani was cool looking. Yo! I think she looks like she's from Kadira. Yo! Alright, no, I dig that. I dig that. I think they're both equal. I think they're equally hot. But I do appreciate the ADHD art vibes I'm getting. All right, you only get the physical book and a free PDF too. Okay. Every iconic is hot though. You're right. You're right. Like at least to somebody. Like even Harsk is hot to somebody. Maybe that somebody's me. Who knows? All right. Trained in occultism, 3+ intelligence, only simple. Okay, pretty standard spellcaster stuff. They're basically the exact same as Bard, except maybe Bard got reflex. I can't remember. All right, let's. Where's their table? Where's their table? Oh. The Psychic's advancement was so big it had to have its own half page. Oh my god. I don't know how old Harsk is as a dwarf. Alright. Psychic spellcasting, which they cast spells. I'm not going to read all this verbatim, so I might miss little fine text here and there, but I want to get some progress done this way. Heightening spells, just like... Is it a prepared caster or a spontaneous? It is... am I blind? It has one first level spell. I think it's spontaneous, because it's... Okay, it is spontaneous, yeah, because they've got a repertoire. I didn't see spontaneous anywhere, though. It's weird that it doesn't seem like it's using the term spontaneous. Yeah, repertoire is spontaneous. It's just weird that the word spontaneous is not being used anywhere. I think it usually is, right? Huh. Yeah, it lets you reduce verbal somatic components, unless that's different. I don't know. But, spell repertoire. I saw something about psi cantrips, which are its own thing. Your choice of Conscious Mind also grants you additional spells, starting with an additional first level spell and 2 cantrips, which you cast as psi cantrips. Alright. So, Reaper, the reason there's no art of Amiri crushing a watermelon with her thighs is because she doesn't need to prove it. We can all tell she could do it no problem. Let's see. Swapping spells, sure. Alright, psi cantrips and adds. Let's get into it. I don't know why I went southern. The magic of your mind manifests as psi cantrips, which you can modify by spending focus points. Like other cantrips, you can cast these as often as you like. They're automatically heightened, okay? Usually some components are changed so it isn't normal spontaneous. Gotcha. There's probably some fine print up there that changes a little bit of how things work. Your psi cantrips are in addition to your cantrips you chose for your occult list, which how many spells do they get, by the way? They get so few per day. Wow. So they get 5 cantrips like normal, but 2 of them are from their conscious mind. And they get so few spells per day comparatively. Yo, Josh, how you feeling? Oh my word, are you still feeling like poop? Are you still sick? Yeah, they're all about... So the thing is about the Psyche is they're all about their cantrips. Unlike other cantrips, you can't swap psi cantrips. Oh, they get 6, not 5? I thought they only got 2 extra. At first level, you learn 3... Okay, there we go. 3 psi cantrips determined by your conscious mind. 1 is unique, 2 are common. Gotcha. and you gain more as you progress. Oh. You start with 2 focus points. You don't gain focus spells that cost focus points. Instead, you use your focus points to boost or modify psi cantrips. Oh my word. So is there going to be an unleashed effect for every cantrip in the game? Still sick, but well enough to see the stream? Let's go. Good to hear, good to hear. Hope you're on the up and up. Whenever you cast a psi cantrip, you can amp it. You can also gain additional amps through feats, allowing you to substitute a psi cantrip's So not only do cantrips have an amped effect, but there are feats that change the amped effect of an amped cantrip, so you can re-amp an amped cantrip to have a different amp. Ow. 10-minute refocus. Wait. Okay, oh, and they start with the ability to regain 2 focus points when they recover. Let's go. Let's go. Super cool. So yeah, they're all about focus points, and they can use twice in a combat, which is huge. I saw something funny. What was that? Does Nonat is bi pan? Not to my knowledge. I respect and appreciate the male form, but to my knowledge, I am cis straight. Been in a happy relationship for 8 years, so. I love cantrip. Yeah, so Niles, that's what I've been dying for. Is a cantrip-focused caster. I don't know if y'all remember, like a year and a half ago, I made a, not super proud of it, but it was a wizard subclass that was focused around cantrips at the cost of spell slots. Thank you, Nathan. So Unleash Psyche. As a free action, when your turn begins and you cast a spell on your previous turn, and you aren't stupefied, wow, your Psyche remains unleashed for 2 rounds or until you fall unconscious. So this is something they changed from the playtest. Back in the playtest, you would 100% sleep with Ryan Reynolds, and you know it. Look, just because I would sleep with Ryan Reynolds doesn't... Ryan Reynolds, Neil Patrick Harris. Those are the 2 off the top of my head. They're sort of the exception to the rule. So yeah, back in the playtest, it took like multiple rounds. Yo, if you took Blessed one, you could just have 3 focus points at level 2. It took multiple rounds to unleash Psyche before, and at PaizoCon they mentioned that they want to unleash Psyche to be more consistent and easier to pull off. So you are constantly surrounded by the visual manifestation of your psychic magic, much like floating paints, which, let's just talk about it. This one sentence gives you so much roleplay potential.
That's
so much.
cool.
What's your favorite video game?
Favorite video game series is Monster Hunter. Favorite single video game is Final Fantasy X. Easy. Thank you for the generous donation, by the way, Joseph. No, Monster Hunter is a game that I can play and play and play over and over again, every single installment. Haven't missed one in over a decade. Final Fantasy X is just my feel-good, snuggle up, make some cocoa, and play that for a week. But no, this line here, constantly surrounded by the visual manifestation of your psychic, that is whatever you want it to be. If you want that to be floating bits of metal, you can go straight up Dragon Ball, and as you charge up, like bits of dirt and gravel raise up around you. This can be so much. I'm playing Rise right now. Yo, me and my friend just started Sunbreak. It's so good. FF10 is so good. Rick, are you playing the original, or are you playing the European one with the complicated sphere grid? Because that's the way to play. Do cantrips count as spells for Unleash Psyche's damage boost? Let's find out together. When you cast a damaging spell, you gain... It just says a damaging spell. It does not say that costs a spell slot. Equal to double the spell's level. What? Actually, no, it's not that much. That's usually just equal to your level. Still, that's dangerous sorcery for free. On everything, including cantrips. Wow. Dangerous sorcery for the sorcerer is limited only to, spell slots. So this is everything. When you cast a damaging spell. Now, keep in mind, this cannot activate until at least the 2nd round of combat. And you have to have cast a spell on your first turn. So cantrips heightened to 5th level get flat 10 bonus damage. This is a cantrip-focused caster, and that is a great way for them to keep up. 10 flat bonus damage, still not as much damage as a fireball that the wizard can do 5 times, but is that double? Was Dangerous Sorcery just spell level? Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was. This is double dangerous sorcery on cantrips. That's so good. And there are specific actions. Let's see. And then, okay, so and then it's almost like rage. After it subsides, you can't use it again. Only for 2 rounds, though. That's not bad.
So cool. Thanks, dude, for making me laugh over the last year.
Blinky, stop it. That's like the most... Sorry, messages like that one. Anything that like tells me that I made you laugh just like hits me inside, because like that's what I want to do. I love it. I like being informative is cool and all, but it's always comes second to being entertaining. So thank you so much. Wait, oh no, Tanglefoot does not do damage. It is only damaging spells. That would be hilarious if it was all cantrips. I cast Guidance, 10 damage. So Subconscious Mind. This is one of 2 subclasses. Psychics get 2 subclasses. Subconscious Mind represents the way your power comes to you naturally, or it may be a framework for you to safely access the potential of your mind. Choose a subconscious potential from page 15. This determines your key ability score, special spellcasting components, and a special action you can take with Unleashed Psyche. Okay. Page 15. Let's go right for that. Let's go right for that while we're on the topic. What is... I see you. I see you. You know what I'm getting from this? I'm getting straight up Ten Shinhan Dragon Ball vibes. Kikoho? Tri-Beam? Anyone? Just the freaking Tri-Beam from Dragon Ball? Am I a nerd? Probably. Squeesh. This is gonna sound so freaking random. Have any of y'all watched Kids in the Hall? And have any... Sion, you might be referencing exactly what I'm talking about. I crush you. I crush you. Oh, look at your head. It's not crushed. I crush you. It's just... Yeah, Deadly D8, yes! I'm crushing your head. Crush you. Yes, Sion, let's go. Oh my word, Kids in the Hall is just Canadian SNL. Oh, look at me, I'm just gonna turn circles into freaking squares. I need to rewatch that so bad. Alright. So, subconscious minds. The core of how you cast spells comes from the subconscious portions of your mind. Because you cast spells using the power of your subconscious mind, you replace verbal components with thought components? Okay, so they still have Concentrate, which makes sense. That's cool, though. Yo, just any spell with just a verbal component is instantly silenced on a psychic. That's amazing. Deadly. Now I just want to make a himbo psychic who uses thought component. Oh, the ultimate himbo. I love him. And just make him charisma based and tank the intelligence. Oh. No thoughts, head empty. You select your subconscious mind at level 1 and determines the following: key ability score, psyche action, and that's it. Oh. Okay, cool. So this is nice and simple. So your first subclass determines your key ability score, which is intelligence or charisma, and then a unique action you get while your psyche is unleashed, which, remember, can't be used until at least the second round of combat. That would be naughty. It's funny that I've never thought about it until today, that a lot of people do just listen to these streams, like in the car, and they don't have the chat for context. Because a lot of the times, I'll react to something in chat without reading the message. So, to you out there who might be listening to this in the future on a speaker without watching it, without the chat up for reference, I'm sorry. Emotional Acceptance subclass. Your thought components are emotions. You might summon the sense of freedom to buoy you through the air, or let fear grip your heart as you plant it in another's mind. This is a charisma one and grants the Restore the Mind Psyche action. When the psychic has better emotional stability. Literally mean that... Revieri, if you're in the car listening right now, don't type in chat! Focus on the road! Restore the Mind, 1 action. Choose one of 2 benefits to grant 1 ally within 30 feet. +1 to saving throws against mental effects. Or heal for 2 plus double your level. That's 1 action. That ally is immune. But you can use this 3 times, yeah? You just got to a Sonic. Yo, Revieri, can you get me a hot dog? You can use this 3 times, yeah? Like, correct me if I'm wrong, Unleash Psyche doesn't end when you use this ability, right? Yeah. Like, it can't be on the same target. But that's, at level 1, that's still heal 4, heal 4, heal 4. Now, you can't do it to yourself. You are not your own ally. But that's so good. You are not your own ally, Plaid Scientist, exactly. But, yeah, let me look at the Psyche Trait. Be healed by the power of thoughts. Psyche. Your Psyche must be unleashed to use abilities with this trait, and they end automatically when your unleashed Psyche subsides. That's it. Wow. It does only last 2 rounds, too? Does it? For 2 rounds. Okay, or until you fall unconscious. Gotcha. So you can only do this 6 times. Well, if you have 6 allies. That's still incredible. That's still 3 actions, heal for 12, without using a resource even. I mean, Unleash Psyche is kind of a resource because it's limited, but that's amazing.
That's so cool.
Yo, Lucife, good to see you. I feel like it's been a while.
Finally can catch a stream. Thanks for all the great content. Got me to try PF2.
Thank you so much, Alex. I'm glad you could join us. It's been a blast. I'm really glad it's been helpful, and hopefully you're enjoying the game. 2 rounds, yeah. Cleric and second the party, thoughts and prayers can actually be useful. Yeah, Revieri.
That's so cool.
Cheers.
For your hot dog, mate, I got you.
Okay, but where am I going to get a $10 hot dog, Revieri? That better be a fancy freaking hot dog. Ooh, that's something I hadn't thought about, Deadly. Yeah, becoming stupefied after your thing wears off means all of your cantrips are going to be at -1 for 2 rounds. So sure, you get flat bonus damage to all your cantrips for 2 rounds, but then you become less accurate. I love that trade-off. That's huge. It includes the dots. Oh, man. Oh, did I just zoom out? Boop, boop. There we go. That's too far in. Ah, come on. Come on now. That's better. Good enough. All right, that's really cool. That's an awesome one. Gathered Lore. Your ability score is Intelligence, and you can recall the teaching. I haven't read it yet. This is going to be become trained in a skill for 1 hour. No, it's Unleash Psyche ability. Maybe not. No. Actually, I don't know it. Oh, it's aid. For 1 action, you can aid all allies within 30 feet. Roll occultism regardless of the check. That's cool. Okay, that's a unique one. I love the screen readers. As a blind man, I appreciate that you use them. Wait, what's a screen reader? Oh, for the donations. Yeah, no, I love it. I just love hearing it. But that's awesome. I'm glad it can be useful for someone else. So that's interesting. For 1 action, you prepare to aid all allies within 30 feet of you. And then as a reaction, you can roll occultism to aid instead of whatever they're doing. And this is cool and controlled. Like, you can't use this on a random... Like, you can't use this to help someone climb a wall unless it's in the middle of combat. You can't just do this on a whim. Your psyche needs to be... Your third eye needs to be open. Cool. Just got here. What's this book about? Spooky cryptid stuff. We're reading about the psychic right now, Nairufa. Yo, welcome, Christian. I'm doing really well. Hope everyone else is too. Let's see. Precise discipline. Key ability score is Intelligence. Calculate threats. For 1 action, gain +2 to AC and reflex saves. That's straight up raised shield, but better. Psychics just straight up get a better raised shield. I love that. That's awesome. So that's the thing that I really find. Honestly, I feel like this is a lot of people's confusion. It was mine at first as well. This is not psionics. Psychic and psionics are very different things. In fact, both of them existed in Pathfinder 1st edition. I don't know if they still plan to bring psionics back in 2nd edition, but a psychic is magic performed with the mind. A psionic is kind of the same thing, but a psionic is much more like telekinesis and sixth sense power focus. I don't know how I would explain it, but like a psionic warrior gets unique abilities to use their weapon with psionic powers, whereas the psychic can just cast magic with their mind. You're one of the first YouTubers I follow? Thank you, Gregory. I've been trying for a long time to convert my 5e Gulak to PF2. Psychic might actually work. Let's go. I mean, hey, Battlezoo's coming out with slime people. For goo. Alright, Wandering Reverie sounds awesome, yeah. Key ability score is Charisma, Psyche action fade into Daydreams. I remember hearing about this. For one action, you become concealed until the start of your next turn. Concealment can't be used to hide. That's okay. This is probably the least cool Unleash Psyche action so far. Because it's just a 20% chance to dodge. Like, you can think of it as Calculate Threats is plus 10% to AC and Reflex, at least according to a die roll. This is plus 20% chance to dodge, so sort of, they both have their uses. It's definitely not bad. Concealment is great. You can do this twice in a row. It's not bad. Least cool mechanically, coolest flavor-wise? Agreed. Yeah, let me read out the flavor of Wandering Reverie. The subconscious is by definition buried below the surface. Thus, only by stripping away the clamor and interference of everyday thought can you bring this more fundamental part of your mind to bear. Whether through sleep, self-hypnosis, or special exercises to empty your mind, you found a way to access a deeper, more chaotic state of free association that better channels your psychic power. Your thought components come from the imagination, images, and sensations your mind freely associates. You might have a passing daydream of small creatures bringing you an object, which would be like casting Telekinesis or Mage Hand. So the flavor of this entire subclass is all of your magic is from daydreams. You know, if you're shooting a fireball, you might have the classic like leaning back, just aiming at a spot with your finger and just boo, and then that spot just explodes in a fireball. Brain empty, get blasted. Let's see. I'm already almost on my first drink. I'm having a really great time. All right, and we have your other subclass, your Conscious Mind, which grants you spells. The Stoner Psychic. Dude, what if we just, like, turned invisible or something? Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa. Oh my word, I love it. Pyrovision. Oh, like the pyro from TF2. Alright, so you get a first level spell, and then one level for each higher level. You get 2 common cantrips at first level. These are the same cantrips used by other spellcasters. You can cast them as psi cantrips to amp them. And you get a unique psi cantrip. So let's see. Distant Grasp. Okay, so this one's Telekinesis focused. You get Kinetic Ram, Telekinetic Maneuver, Levitate, Fly, Telekinetic Call, sure. Oh, we got some new spells in this book. We gotta check those out today. You get Mage Hand and Telekinetic Projectile. And then you get 3 unique psi cantrips at 1st, 6th, and 10th level. Oh, and they're not locked behind feats. Thank you. I love, like, the bloodlines and stuff, and I think it's fine that, like, the better parts of your sorcerer bloodline, you need to take a feat to unlock. I'm so glad that they get their psi cantrips automatically. It frees up feat space. It makes it more possible to take an archetype, even in non-free archetype variant games. I like that this is automatic. You know, we're chilling here at almost 800. We almost had 800 viewers. No, but we are almost at 300. And only 84 likes. Kind of cringe. Revieri, do not like the video until you get home. I know you're on the road. There's no way Psychic took that long to get you your burger. Why does full wild shape take 9 feats? Press F to pay respects. Although I do like the idea for a druid that you need to focus. Did you learn how to become a dinosaur, or a bird, or an insect, or an animal? You don't just know all of them. Going into lurk mode? No worries. Enjoy the Warframe, Andrew. My YouTube is broken, says we only have 69 viewers. Nice. When you amp up Mage Hand, even if you don't amp it up, it can already carry one bulk instead of light. Wow! So this Conscious Mind, the Distant Grasp, can legit just take unattended weapons. Like, as long as it's not a great weapon. That's huge. Nice. If you amp it, you can target a creature of medium or smaller with the amped spell. You attempt a shove... Okay, so it's just range shove. Takes a minus 10-foot circumstance penalty to its speed until the spell ends. You can shove every turn. Wow. Whenever, as long as you sustain the spell. That's awesome. Yo, Reaper with a $5 super chat. Thank you very much.
Oh, cool.
Imagine not using free archetype, like a complete psychopath.
It's the correct way to play the game. It's amazing how many comments I get that are just like, I don't use free archetype because it makes my players too strong. Yeah, because getting a D4 sneak attack at level 6 is too strong. Wait, it could be disarm, can it? Oh! You can disarm the creatures that are shoving it. That's awesome! And if it disarms it, it immediately grabs it. Oh! That's cool. What do you roll? Spell attack roll. Nice! Oh, that's awesome. Oh, that's so good. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh, I love it. I have not tried dual class, but I want to. I've made those 2 tier lists on it with some very, very minor theory crafting, but that's it. It's a shame disarm is really bad, yeah. But if you're fighting something lower level... now, that's completely understandable, Zalos. I will not... The only time I will not recommend free archetype if it is your first time playing. If you've never played before, don't worry about it. You just play the Animaniacs. How dare my players play in a way that helps them have fun? How dare my fighter get an extra D4 sneak attack? Telekinetic Projectile has a 60-foot range, and when you amp it, it pushes 5 feet. Okay. The amp heightened. The damage increases by 2d6. Is this always? Or is this only when this is only when it's amped? So when it is amped... Oh, I don't like that math. Thank you for subbing, RPG Musings. I don't like this math a lot. Which is like, okay, I'm level 6.
That's so cool.
Thank you, Kay.
Ah yes, by taking the Linguist archetype, I have increased my power tenfold.
Yes! Nothing can stop me now that I can speak 3 more languages! So... if I'm level 5, my Telekinetic Projectile deals 3d6, but if I amp it, it does 5d6? 7? 5? Because it's only heightening by 2. 5d6. If I'm level 9, instead of doing 5d6, it's going to do 9d6. Okay, so if you amp it up, it always does... It is not an exact double, Michael, no. It is always equal to your level, unless you're an even level. If I cast it at level 10, it's still 9d6. That math is weird. That's the kind of math where I would write it down. Yeah, double minus 1. Okay, yeah, that's a weird one. Holy cow. But it's good. It's great. I love seeing the damage hype, especially if you use Unleash Psyche and get the flat bonus damage. That's going to hit hard. But it's the kind of thing, once you write it down on the corner of your sheet, you're fine. Telekinetic Rend. For 2 actions, within 60 feet, you pick 2 non-overlapping 5-foot bursts, which creates a violent axis of motion. You deal your choice of 1d6 bludgeoning or slashing, that's rad, with a basic fortitude save, so not useful against things like trolls, maybe something like enemy spellcasters. Takes only damage once. It only heightens at +2? What? If you amp it, it deals both damages instead of just one, and stuns one on a crit fail. That's... You know, I'm not actually a fan of this. I think it's balanced because it's targeting 2 creatures at once. Actually, it's 5-foot burst, so it can technically target 8 creatures. I think the reason it doesn't heighten that much is just because, yeah, 60-foot range, AoE fortitude. That's fair. Like, even at level 1, this could theoretically, while amped, do... What, 32 d6? Yo, Toby, what's up? Thank you for the $10 donation. Yeah, the amp plus the burst is 16 d... No. Yeah, it's 32 d6 at level 1. Alright, fair. 32 d6 plus double your level at level 1, or plus your level. That's really good. And 3 bursts at level 5. It's not bad. Is it not going to read that out? Okay, don't worry, Toby. I'll read it. I don't know why I didn't... Come on. My first PF2 campaign is about to swap to dual class at level 15, along with free archetype and ancestral paragon. That's going to be insane. Just like adding a class at level 15 and getting everything that comes along with it. Whew, good luck. That's going to be a lot, but it should be really fun. What damage type is increased at normal heightened? Either one. When you cast it, you pick bludgeoning or slashing, and when you amp it, it does both. Level 5 Psychic can do 5d6 plus 4 plus 6 with an amped unleashed projectile? What? Oh, level 5. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Do cantrips get stronger as you level? Yes, Nairufa. They automatically heighten to half your level. So every odd level, it heightens. Oh, right. They get more cantrips. Wait, is this all telekinesis? Oh, okay, we can't go through all this. We gotta move on soon. But I'll finish up telekinesis. Holy cow, I forgot they get 3 unique cantrips. Vector Screen. For 2 actions, you pick one 5-foot square. Until the start of your next turn, creatures can pass through the screen, but ammunition can't. Javelins and bigger ranged weapons take a -2 to their attack roll. Excuse me. Massive ranged weapons pass through with no penalty, okay? At level 9, it gets wider. At level 11, it gets wider. If you amp it... Oh, okay. If you amp it, it lasts for 1 minute. And if it ever takes a hit, you can dismiss the spell and fire one of the projectiles trapped in it at a creature. That's cool. This gives you Telekinetic Projectile as a reaction. That's awesome. That's really, really cool. Psychic is 15 pages long. Wow. This whole book is just so detailed. These are the most advanced. Maybe not more advanced than the Inventor, but these are definitely 2 of the most advanced classes. Heightened Screen can block magic too. Is that what that said? It also protects against area effects that pass through the screen. Ooh. Interesting. Alright, so if a fireball happens on one side, it won't go through it. Granting standard cover. Oh, it only grants cover. Which I think it gives you a reflex save bonus. Not positive. Alright, Dancing Blade, last one. For 2 actions, sustained up to a minute, you animate a weapon, either an unattended weapon or your own weapon. It brandishes itself at a foe of your choice. When you first cast the spell, the weapon flies to the target and strikes. It moves along with its target, always remaining... They can't run away from you? Holy cow. Okay. Each time you sustain the spell, the weapon either changes partners or strikes. Change the weapon's target to a different creature within 30 feet, or strike for 2d6 plus spellcasting mod. That's it? For a 5th level cantrip? That seems weak. I mean, I guess it becomes a 1-action 2d6. And it has the attack trait. So doesn't this increase your multiple attack penalty? Okay, that's not super impressive, and it only heightens every 2 levels for 1d6. If you amp it, it deals d10s. Okay, that's better. And when you cast or sustain, you can either grant +2 AC to the creature it's following, very cute, So you can have it follow an ally. That's neat. Or it can push the target. What? You mean shove? You mean shove? Pretty sure this is supposed to say shove, not push. Push is not an action. That would be cool, who's weaving. Yeah, they mean shove, yeah. I'm not super impressed. Like, it is a cantrip, and so you can just use it forever, which is cool. But overall, I guess if you combine this with Electric Arc, you're in business. Because then you can use one action to sustain this spell to attack for 2d6 plus spell mod, and then Electric Arc, which is a reflex save, so it doesn't use multiple attack penalty. Wait, push is a creature skill. Hold on. Wait. Push. No, they definitely mean shove, because you don't attempt to push. A push is an auto-succeed. So the fact that you are attempting to push means you are attempting to shove. Yeah, but this is not the same as the monster push. It would just say the weapon pushes its target, not attempts to push. It's okay, though. It's cool. Plus, again, with your Psyche Unleashed, this is still a damaging cantrip, so you're gonna get your level as bonus damage, which is really cool. And someone mentioned you can sustain multiple times per turn, but you're still struggling from that reduced multiple attack penalty. Oh, there's the actual sentence. This weapon's attacks use and contribute to your multiple attack penalty. It's cool. I don't think it's game-changing. I think that Telekinetic Rend is the best one here by far. But alright, let's move on. We have seen a lot of Psychic... Oh, let's go look at their class features. I'll be doing my whole video on the Psychic. And just like the Thaumaturge, it's going to be like an hour and a half. It's going to be miserable. Do you know how long it's going to take? Alright, class features. Alright. Psychic feats, skill feats, general feats, signature spells. Yep. Skill increases. Yep. I crush you. Yep. Ability boost, interest feats, clarity of focus. Oh. Well, that kind of sucks. You get a third focus point, and even if you took an archetype like Blessed One, it doesn't push it past 3. So if you take the Blessed One or any archetype that gives you a focus point, this does nothing. And it doesn't even upgrade the amount of focus points from refocusing. That's really upsetting. This book comes out at the end of the month. If you're a subscriber, you might already be getting it. That's really unfortunate. Precognitive reflexes. You have hockey. Yeah, expert reflexes, expert spell attack rolls. Yo, no worries, Niles. Keep it real. Have a great day of work. 27th of July for the PDF. Gotcha. No, focus points can't go above 3, but I was kind of hoping they could for the Psychic only. I would love to see an exception to the rule. Fortitude expert, perception expert, master will, expert weapon, unarmored defense to expert, specialization, master spellcaster, legendary will, infinite mind, 10th level spell per day, and legendary. Alright, nothing too special. Pretty standard spellcasting stuff. Gotta go eat dinners. Have a great dinner. Eat the heck out of that dinner. Show it who's boss. Alright, let's take a look at their feats. I'm curious how much their feats are gonna do. Oscillating. Oh, I do want to see what this does to produce flame. Produce flame becomes D6s. When you amp it, it does D10. Oh, it does D10. D12 if it's in melee. Oh, that's gross. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh, I love it. Ray of Frost increases to... Why does Ray of Frost need 180 feet? When has the difference of 120 and 180 feet ever been a thing? And then initial damage increases by 1d10 instead of d4, which is d10. You gain temporary hit points equal to half the damage the target takes. That's awesome. That's super cool. Yin Yang Fire Cold Caster. Oh yeah, fire up close, cold from afar. Love that. And it heals, yeah. Super duper cool. Guys, the Psychic Guide is going to take me so long. Like, it's going to take me so long. Guys, it's going to take me so long. There's so many spells. That might have to be a two-parter, honestly. Like the Sorcerer, I might need to do the spells as a two-parter, which means I actually need to do the Sorcerer at some point. Guys, I don't want to do the Sorcerer video. The Sorcerer Bloodline video is going to take so long. It's going to be so much page flipping in the PDF. Oh, man. I'm going to go get a drink and go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. But don't you leave, because if you leave, I'll cry. I'll do it. That's so cool.
Quick, everybody leave.
Left. If you left, I will cry. I will know, and I will call your parents. Don't make me do it. I already called them once this year. If I call them again, you're getting suspended. That goes on your permanent record, young man. Excuse me, Plaid Scientist. You can't donate to tell everyone to leave. That'll make me sad. That makes me a sad panda. Yeah, we still got 300 viewers in here. That's good enough. Sorry, I left. Nick, why? All right. I'm going to go ahead and just share this with you all. I hope you enjoyed that. The best sound in the universe. I lost 12. Damn it. All right. Sorry, I have no context, but I just see mental bomb. And I'm just thinking, like, is that just like a chapstick for your head? Hold on, I must use my mental bomb. Read teleportation one? Real quick. Is that this one? Warp step? Phase bolt, warp step. Is warp step already a thing? Wait, what is warp step? Has that always been a cantrip? No. Is that a new cantrip? You warp space more compactly, granting a 10-foot step instead of 5. You warp step. Must be a new cantrip. It's a single action instead of 2 actions. You twist space completely so you don't travel. You choose to teleport to a space in your line of sight. Okay. Stream Elements' Buzz doesn't read my money out. No, Andrew, no! Dang it, Elements. I still appreciate it. A happy little $5 for the incoming 5-hour-long Psychic 101 class video I will be campaigning for. Oh, you know what the worst part is? You know what the worst part of those long videos is? They perform better as one video. You know, I could make 2 30, 40-minute videos, but they will get collectively less views and less watch time than a single hour-and-a-half long video. It makes me so upset. Because it's so hard. It takes so long. My voice dies. I usually have to do it in multiple recording segments, and then it's like a 5-hour-plus editing process. Not even of difficult editing, just like re-watching my 2 hours of footage, cutting out the dead air. So it's like a 9-hour process, and it's just so boring. But it does the best, so it's probably what I'm going to end up doing. Warp Step is a 2-action stride twice, but plus 5 speed. Oh, cool. And then Phase Bolt. Yeah, I don't know these ones, unfortunately. I will check out the new cantrips, though. Don't care, make sure content. Just put up a new combined video when you're finished editing the second one. Oh, that would be horrible, Juho. That would mess with the algorithm. The people who watched the original 2 wouldn't watch the new one. YouTube would look at it and say, oh, nobody's watching this video. I guess nobody wants to watch this video. That is the worst part, is I can tell how a video will perform within an hour of uploading it. If I upload a video and it is below average, I can tell it's going to stay below average because YouTube says, oh, your video's below average in the first hour? Well, don't worry. We just won't show it to anybody because clearly nobody wants to watch it. It sucks. Tesseract Tunnel is a portal gun. You're supposed to point tearing open a tunnel in space, create a portal in your current space, and then stride, creating another portal in the space you end your... Oh my god, it's just portal. It's just portal. You can immediately teleport. Tunnel can be traversed in both directions instead of only entrance to exit, and for 1 minute. Wow. That's just a portal gun. Wow. Yeah. RPG musings, sometimes you can get lucky. Like, I've had videos that stayed dormant for like 2 weeks and then randomly shot off. That's just pure luck, but you cannot rely on it. It sucks. Yeah, no, YouTube, it lets some people stay on the platform that absolutely should not, and they're making hundreds of thousands. Ghostly Shift, phase out and gain resistance, and Distortion Lens. Okay, extra range on a ranged attack. Cool. Cool. Alright, let's move on to the feats, because I've been on Psychic for a long time, and I'm like, I want to get through the book. I'm also probably almost definitely going to be making a video series covering all the case files, at least in like short, compact, like 10-minute long videos. I think people are going to be really into that. Hopefully you guys will. You know, the cryptids, the secret cults, and I'll be going over all the new content that comes with them. Ancestral Mind. Oh, any innate spells you have from ancestry or heritage become occult and use charisma. Are there any innate spells that don't use charisma? Like, honestly, are there any innate spells that don't use charisma? Because I'm pretty sure they all use charisma by default. Not what it says? Oh, if it wasn't already, you can use... Right, because half psychics are intelligence, not charisma. So if you are an intelligence-based psychic, you can use that instead of charisma. There we go. Thank you. Thank you very much. I can't read. Like, I really wish I could accurately... You know what? I will. Screw it. I know people complain about me getting sidetracked, but this is what I do. So let me add a window capture on here. Let me show you what's up here. Can you all see this? Perfect. Let me do this. Let me show you what happens in my brain, just so you know why I get so much wrong. You look at this. Let me increase the. There we go. You see this. This is what an average paragraph looks like to someone. When I read it, here's what happens. I start and then I go, oh, flavor, and then I find the first trigger word that pulls me back, like spell tradition. And so I rewind a little bit. I'm like, okay, when you blah, 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 blah. So this is already gone. This I've already skipped over. And then I'm like, okay, spells tradition becomes a cult. If it wasn't, all right. And you can use your psychic... You can use your psychic spellcasting, blah, 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 blah. I already got that. Charisma, yep, because that is charisma, to roll and spell DC. So that entire paragraph turned into that in my brain. That entire paragraph, by reading it, turns into spells tradition becomes a cult, if it wasn't already, and you can use your psychic spellcasting charisma to determine your spell attack roll and spell DC. That is my brain. That is exactly how my brain reads, and it's horrible, because it just... In a split second, erases half the stuff that it thinks it doesn't need. Yo, thank you, Reaper, for $2. Unbound Step, Psyche, dual class with Rogue. Oh, that's gonna be gross. I love it. Anyway, that's cool. That lets you use intelligence for ancestry spells, which is cool. Big mood. I'm glad I'm not alone. Counter Thought. I bet that's counter spell. You can counter spell. Neat. This is not very good, because you only have 2 spell slots of each level. So not only do you need to have the triggering spell in your repertoire, but you also only have 2 spells of each level. Oh, it's still up. My bad. Boop. This is not very good. It's counterspell with limited spell slots. Close the word doc. Maybe I don't wanna. Maybe I'll just leave it up. Mental Buffer. Resistance to mental damage. Equal to half your level, doubled to your full level with Psyche is unleashed. How often does mental damage happen? Wait, no you don't? God, my brain's not working right now. You expend one of your spells has a counter spell with the mental trait. As if you had cast the triggering spell. The spell slot must be one for which you could cast a spell with the mental trait.
How about a psychic with dancing blade / thaumaturge weapon implement duel? Fun madness.
Fun madness. I agree. You have an unexpended spell slot you could use to cast a spell with the mental trait, but the foe has to cast a spell with the mental trait. That's so specific. Okay. That's a GM tool. I agree with Richard there. That is a Oh, the trigger. That's what I missed. Again, my brain goes, a creature casts a spell. Okay, this isn't important. God. All right, mental versus mental counter is fine. I guess it's good for like countering fear and stuff, but still really limited. And with how few spell slots the psychic gets, it doesn't change it too much. Mental buffer, I don't think is that good. Mental, especially below level 10, you're not going to find mental damage. After 2.5 years of playing Pathfinder 2E, I have never dealt mental damage to my knowledge. I don't know if my players have ever used mental damage. I don't think they have. I don't know if I've ever seen mental damage happen in Pathfinder. That's true. Countering suggestion or dominate is good. Ethan, that's not mental damage. That's cringe damage. It's very different. Yeah, mental buffer's rough. Is Daze mental? Maybe you're right. Maybe Daze is mental. Daze might be mental. You might be right. Yes, no, you are totally right. Daze is mental. So this is anti-Daze. That's it. Psychic Rapport. After you cast a spell with the mental trait until the start of your next turn, and gain +1 to Deception, Diplomacy, and Intimidation. I guess this means you can cast Fear on someone and then demoralize someone else. I don't even... How many mental cantrips are there? Are there any mental cantrips? Days counter new meta. Charm person out of combat, yeah. Level 1 feats usually suck for spellcasters because they don't get level 1 feats anyway. Yeah, are there any mental... I'm not going to waste time looking it up, but let me know if there are any mental cantrips, because that'll make this a lot better. Otherwise, it's very restricted. Daze is the only one that does damage. Aren't all the spells the psychic casts mental? Ooh, nope. They sure aren't. Distortion Lens, not mental. Ghostly Shift, not mental. Hologram Cage, not mental. Not mental. No. Contagious Idea is mental. So mental specifically targets the mind. So the message-based one is all mental. That's about it. Daze plus Intimidate, that ain't bad. Yeah, Daze Intimidate's actually a pretty good turn. I'll give you that. That's great. That's a great combo with Daze Intimidate. The problem is you want to Intimidate before you Daze to lower their saving throw with Frightened. The downside is you can't do that without... I mean, if you have to Daze first to get the bonus to Intimidate, which is still good for the rest of your party, it just sucks for you. Cantrip Expansion, my favorite feat that everybody seems to love. And I just don't. Mental Balm. Chapstick for the brain. You can use this amp in place of a Psy Cantrip's normal amp. You can use this amp only on a Psy Cantrip that targets or affects you or one or more of your allies. You or an ally within 30 feet gains a +2 status bonus to will saves against emotion effects for 1 minute. You can also have the amped Psy Cantrip attempt to counteract an effect imposing Frightened or Stupefied. If you successfully counteract the effect, you remove only the frightened and stupefied conditions, not any other part of the effect. Okay. So this is mostly used... See, this sucks. This could be great. This could have been an awesome feat combo. I guess it would have been too good. If you could use Mental Balm to remove the stupefied from Unleashed Psyche, and then go right back into unleashing it. But Unleashed Psyche is stupefied for 2 rounds, and then still has a cooldown of 2 rounds as well. I So this is okay. It's still good to recover and get your accuracy back on track. But actually it's not, because it's a focus spell. This costs a focus point. That's not very good. That's not very good at all. Psyburst for 1 action once per round. That's just a 1 action cantrip. It's not a spell, so it doesn't get damage bonus from Unleashed Psyche. That is just a 1 action D4 bludgeoning cantrip. Oh my, that's insane. This is one of the strongest feats in the game. Thank you, Craig, for the $5 super chat. This is...
Oh, cool.
Is the psychic where cantrip
it's Psyche.
expansion might be cool.
Oh, it's Psyche. Okay, thank you for pointing that out, Garfield. Okay. It does have the Psyche trait. I need to keep my eyes peeled. Keep me honest on that. Yeah, keep me honest on that. I'm gonna overlook the Psyche trait a lot. To remind people, Psyche trait means you can only be used while your Psyche is unleashed. So it's still good. This still means you can 2-action cantrip and then Psyburst, but Psyburst does not gain the bonus damage from Unleashed Psyche. What is the Mind Shift trait? What is the Mind Shift trait, actually? That could change a lot. Good eyes, good eyes. I'm so used to like mostly ignoring traits until after I've read like the whole thing. Traits for the simpler classes don't tend to change everything about a feat, but for the psychic, it seems like they're super important. Like the most it'll affect you in the core rulebook is like press. Where is Mind Shift? An action with this trait can always be altered to use the raw power of your mind. When you take this action, you can replace any damage it deals with a mental! This thing can do bludgeoning or mental damage? Oh my god. Oh my god. Wow. That's insane. Yeah, I'm glad that's restricted to Unleashed Psyche, otherwise that would be the strongest thing in the game. Oh, my word. Yeah, it changes to Will. Which, again, yeah, this is just like, oh, am I fighting a troll? I'll make it Will. Oh, am I fighting an enemy spellcaster? I'll make it Reflex. That's fantastic. Really, really cool. Oh, and it gives it the mental trait. You're right. Oscillating Wave can replace the damage with fire or cold. That's awesome. Also gets the mental trait. Nice way to get that on spells if you can. I don't think any of the spells have Mind Shift. That'd be cool if it did. Like here, let me Control F, Mind Shift. Psyburst, Psy Strikes, Violent Unleashed, yet. Feats. Yep, that's... Oh, yeah, Oscillating Wave. When you use an action that has the Mind Shift trait, you can choose to add or remove energy, making it energy damage. Okay, no, there are no spells with Mind Shift. Wait, who said Cranial Detonation is that farther down? Oh, I'm excited now. Are there any races with this or just classes? I think there's a couple heritages. I know there is a doppelganger heritage, versatile heritage, so we'll get to that soon. Don't worry, I won't be going through all the feats here. My voice only lasts about 2 hours in these streams, so I'll have to move on soon. Let's start scrolling down and just looking at the cool ones. Oh yeah, we'll get there. We'll get to Cranial Detonation. Don't worry, guys. Big Head Boom Boom will happen. Homing Beacon? As your spell strikes a target, you plant a beacon in their mind. Use this... Oh, it's an amp. In place of a normal amped thing. The amped cantrip must have 1 or more targets. It must require a spell attack roll or saving throw. Your head explode. Choose 1 creature hit by the spell or that fails its save against the spell. A psychic beacon emits from the creature's location. For 1 minute, if it would be invisible, it is concealed. If it is concealed, it is not. Alright, cool. Cool. This is great if someone's, like, getting away and you shoot a Ray of Frost at them. If they're, like, 100 feet away and sprinting away from you, you can hit them with a Ray of Frost, stick the homing beacon in, and you have a whole minute of being better able to find them. It's Fairy Fire Amp, basically. Psy Strikes. As a free action... Okay, this is just, Bespell Weapon, isn't it? Your attacks deal an extra 1d6 force damage till the end of the current turn. If your Psyche is unleashed, it lasts until your Psyche subsides. That's okay. Again, you're not going to be... I love these feats. They're so cool, but they're so useless. The accuracy of these characters is so much lower. Yo, see you later, Abandonment. Keep it real. Yeah, Psychic Rogue would be insane. Psychic Rogue would be absolutely nuts. Thought Form Summoning. Whenever you summon a creature, you can instead create a psychic construct of that creature, giving it weakness to... resistance to physical damage, weakness 5 to force and mental, and the ability to pass through enemy spaces without tumbling through. That's insane. How often are you going to find force and mental damage? This just makes your summon so powerful. Love it. Unless bespell, it's any... Oh, is this any spell? Oh, you're right. This works on cantrips. Okay, no, Side Strikes is... still suffers from the accuracy issue of being a spellcaster, but using it, the fact that it works on cantrips, big, very big. Encourage the witch to get into melee and try to claw people or hit them with their hair. Yeah, seems balanced. Violent Unleash. Although, keep in mind, you can take this on a Magus. If you take the Psychic archetype, you can get this at level 8. Pretty good, honestly. Violent Unleash. As a free action, when you unleash your Psyche, you deal 2d6 force damage to all creatures in a 20-foot emanation, and you gain stunned 1. I wish at a certain level it stopped stunning you. This is cool. I like it. And it's Mind Shift, so it could be mental damage as well. But I wish at like level 9 or something you weren't stunned 1 afterwards. That's gonna suck. Y'all, what happens first? You regain your actions and then your turn starts, or your turn starts and then you get your actions? Because you unleash your Psyche at the start of your turn. Do you get your actions first or after? Basically what I'm asking is, when you use Violent Unleash, do you have 2 actions that turn or 2 actions next turn? You regain your actions and then your turn starts. Okay, so so this is basically just an action. This basically is not a free action. It's an action. The answer is you lose it next turn. Really? Oh, it is next turn. Huh. Each time you regain actions at the start of your turn, reduce the number you regain by your stun value. That's weird. So no, technically, yeah, you don't lose the action that turn. You lose the action on the following turn. That's weird. Inertial Barrier. You can amp up a spell to gain resistance to physical damage equal to 2+ spells level. It's pretty good. I want to find the funny named ones. Brain Drain. For 2 actions, you siphon off a creature's mental energy. This has Psyche Trait. Keep that in mind. 1 non-mindless creature makes a will save. If they fail, they're stupefied 1. And you regain a focus point. That's only once per day? Ah, come on. It's a level 8 feat. Make it once per hour or something. Ah. I'm so excited to see what No does. Fireball of Force is pretty cool. Fireball of Force is awesome. Force Ball. I understand they're so scared of balancing around focus spells, but man... that's true. At least if they succeed, it doesn't count against it. That's nice. I thought Stunned meant you couldn't spend your actions. Nope, Stunned has a value, and the next time you regain your actions, you regain 3 actions per turn. You regain a number of actions less equal to your stunned value. If you're stunned 2, you get 2 actions less that turn. Because with Violent Eruption or Violent Unleash, so I'll paint the picture. Here, let me paint the picture. Your turn starts. You get your actions back. You unleash your Psyche. You use Violent Unleash. Because you have already regained your actions, the stunned effect does not apply until the following turn. Yeah, Psychic is going to struggle a lot with mindless creatures, as they should. You can't use psychic powers on something mindless unless it's like telekinesis. Yo, Tubby Batman, thank you for the $5. Now read me his text. That's your cue. Text to speech. Text to speech. That's your cue. You're making me look like a fool. He doesn't want to read that one. Why? Why do you just choose some of them not to read? I feel like an investigator psychic would be an awesome dual class, same primary score, and great reusable action choices. Absolutely. Does devise a stratagem work on spell attack rolls? Devise a stratagem. Does that work on spell attack rolls? No, it's only on strikes. So unfortunately, you couldn't devise a stratagem, but it's still a lot of really cool stuff. No, you cannot devise a stratagem. It is strike only. Not an attack, a strike. Dark Persona's Presence? What is this, Shin Megami Tensei? When you unleash your psyche, all your rage and pain, the portion of your psyche dedicated to cruel retribution, comes along with it, and you pose, and your Stan appears next to you. The force of your Dark Persona's negativity batters constantly against all creatures in a 30-foot emanation when you unleash your psyche for as long as your psyche is unleashed. Creature must attempt a will save against your spell DC the first time it enters the emanation, or if it's in the emanation when you take this action, it doesn't need to attempt a new save again, even if this is really complicated. That is a really, really long way to say they can't lower their frightened value. It doesn't even... Wait. What does it do? Oh, there's more. Oh, there's more down here. Okay. It makes them frightened, and they can't reduce their frightened below 1 for 1 minute. Okay. No. Only for 2 rounds. But it's a free action. That's actually pretty good. I was thinking more if your device stratagem roll sucks, you'd have a beefed up cantrip to use instead. True. True. And then Zerg Titan actually mentioned as well that you could use it with the Dancing Blade, because that is a strike. So that would actually be a really cool combo. When your psyche is unleashed, your Dark Persona cares only for destruction. You can cast a spell only if it can directly damage an enemy or impose a detrimental condition or penalty. That's awesome. Super cool. Move Presence, Thought Sense, Whispering Steps, Scour the Library. Also, hi, girlfriend.
Hi, how's it going?
It goes good. The book is really good.
Are there any pretty pictures?
Not as much. It's a lot of words. Scour the Library. For 1 action, you quickly consult multiple scraps of lore in your mind, synthesizing them into the perfect plan. Recall knowledge about a creature within 60 feet. On a success, in addition to the normal benefits, you gain +1 to your next attack roll. Huh. It's only specifically for 1 subclass. It's recall knowledge to get +1 to attack and +1 to AC against their next attack. What is nice is it doesn't say it ends at the end of the turn, so it lasts until you attack them and they attack you. Pretty good. It's a lot of words, my Dark Archive review. Impose Order, Emotional Surge, Dream Guys. Alright, let's get to the Exploding Head. Wait, oh, hold on. We have to see what No does.
What's no?
I don't know. The feat is called No with 3 exclamation points. As a reaction, if an ally within 60 feet is reduced to 0 hit points, you can immediately use a Psyche action that takes 1 action or less to use. If your Psyche is not unleashed, you can unleash it. It's literally Dragon Ball Z. Like, your friend goes down and you power up. Or, if you're already powered up, you use an ability, like an action or a cantrip that costs 1 action. That's hilarious.
I kind of love that.
You still can't use it if you're stupefied or if it's blend less than 2 rounds after your Psyche is subsided. Yeah, this is literally Super Saiyan moment from Dragon Ball Z. What if it was you downing your friend? That is technically legal. It just says an ally is reduced to 0 hit points. If you punch them and they drop to 0, you can power up. That's a reaction. That's so stupid. Oh my word, Cass, you're totally right. The 1 action heal is insane. If they go down within 60 feet, as a reaction, if your Psyche's already unleashed, you can just heal them instantly. Now, again, if it's still the creature's turn, the creature could probably just hit them again. If you hit them, are they still your allies? That's where it gets into a gray area. Conscious spell specialization. You get extra spell slots. Deeper. Oh! Cute. Cute little gnome psychic. No, that's a halfling, sorry. I got furry feats. Constant levitation. You can fly. Alright, let's look at this. It's time, chat. Cranial Detonation. As a free action, once per round with the Psyche Trait, so you need to have unleashed your Psyche. Once per round, if you successfully reduce a non-mindless enemy to 0 hit points with a spell, they die, and its head explodes. Each exploding head generates a shockwave and a 15-foot emanation around that enemy, dealing 10d6 bludgeoning damage. If this reduces another enemy to 0 hit points, its head also explodes. But any creature can take damage only once from a single use of Cranial Detonation. So even if someone's friends all explode around them, they still only take the damage once. It is Corpse Explosion. It's straight up Corpse Explosion. That's fantastic. I love that so much. That's huge. They just all become heightened fireballs. Miedits. Oh my word. Really? This is a level 18 feat? Are you serious? Paizo, you give them the ability to recover 2 focus points at level 1. And recovering 3 focus points is level 18? You're telling me I need to choose between blowing up heads and recovering an extra focus point. There is a wrong answer. It is usually an 18 feat, yeah. But recovering 2 focus points is usually like a level 8 feat. And they get it at level 1. So why don't they get this at like level 8? That's so annoying. I don't like that. That should be lower level. Become Thought at level 20. You gain resistance 10 to physical damage, but weakness 5 to mental damage, and weakness 10 to any effect that deals damage to a spirit. You can change your appearance on a whim for a single action. Kind of cool. Once per year. Hold on. Already, we're looking at a level 20 feat that gives you a once per year effect. Once per year, when you die, you return to life the next day as long as one sentient creature on your plane remembers you. Huh. This sucks. like, sorry. Like, but for a level 20 feat, once per year you become Thought. For a level 20 feat, all you're really getting is resistance 10 to physical, but an equal weakness to spirit targeting effects and mental damage. And you can cast Illusory Disguise as a single action infinitely. I know you get to not die, but you're level 20! If something can kill you, it's gonna destroy the world anyway! This is, I don't know, I feel like even like once a month would be more usable. Quarterly. Even once a month would be more usable. How many campaigns have you ever even seen that last more than an in-game year? Once a session. Is the constant fly spell not that big a deal? Not really, because I'd say half the classes in the game get infinite flight at level 16. Champions get it at 18. Monks get it. Monks aren't technically infinite. They get it as a focus spell, but they get it like level 8. Yeah, I've had a game run for like 5 years in game. And then Drakon, how many years of that game were they level 20? Again, this is really useful for like an NPC to be like, haha, lol, gotcha. And a psychic BBEG would be interesting that pulls this off. That would be awesome. Oh, imagine. Like, your players would never get to experience it, but imagine they kill the BBEG, but he's like a local nightmare. So then he reforms next to someone who has having a nightmare about him, and he's back because they fear him so much. That'd be super cool. Exactly, like 1 to 14 in about 3 to 4 in-game months. They had barely made it to level 10 in 5 years. Funny enough, that's probably a much more accurate representation of power growth versus most games where it's like, oh, we just killed rats in the tavern. 2 in-game months later, we just killed a silver dragon. Mind over matter, additional 10th level spell slot. Twin Psyche. Again, like, your Unleashed Psyche lasts 4 turns instead of 2. At level 20? I would expect this to be like level 10, and then maybe 8 turns instead of 4 at level 20. That doesn't seem worth it. Like, 2 extra turns, sure, it's great. The Unleashed Psyche bonus damage at this point is 20 extra damage on cantrips. That's not nothing. But, I don't know. It feels unfun. That should have been a capstone. That should have been a level 19 capstone. Exactly. Mathematically, it might be really good, but it's so boring. That should have been a level 19 capstone that all psychics get. Unlimited potential. For 1 action, you can cast a 5th level spell or lower without expending the slot. Once per minute. That's broken for roleplay. This is the single best roleplay spell in the game, as you can do anything you want. Think about all the level 5 and below spells. Let's just take a look, shall we? Let's take a look at just the... they won't be arcane, they'll be occult. So let's take a look at what you can do infinitely as a... what can you do infinitely as a level 20 with this? You can spawn a wall of flesh once per minute for free. You can understand and speak all languages. You can move a large object. You can plant a subconscious suggestion that must be followed for free. You can travel via the shadow plane. You can teleport. You can knock creatures back. You can do a lot. You can probe someone's mind. You can cause hallucinations.
So cool.
Just so the robo reads it, Paizo made some weird safe choices with Psychic, and some weirdly powerful things made it through.
Psychic has really high highs and really low lows. Oh my word, you're right. That is also infinite healing with level 5 Soothe. That's what, 5d10 plus something? It might not be plus, it might just be 5d10. Which honestly, at level 20 isn't that much. But it's still like... What, level 5 Soothe... Oh, plus, wait. No, never mind, that's 5d10 plus 20. Yeah, 5d10 plus 20 infinitely per minute. No 3-action spells. I guess sorcerers also get that, you're right. Sorcerers do get the exact same feat. I do remember freaking out about that as well, because Divine Sorcerer can cast Heal. Oh, it has to have no duration, so you're right, Soothe won't count, because it does have a duration. Yeah, so no, you're right. So Divine Sorcerer is actually better with this. So yeah, the level 20 feats aren't super exciting, but it always sucks, because they're so exciting to read, but at the end of the day, level 20 feats don't matter. Nobody's reaching level 20. Like, 1 in 200 plus games reach level 20. So, like, it's really fun to, like, think about them and be like, oh, man, I can't wait till I get that. But, like, one of 2 things happens. Either you're not going to hit level 20, the text-to-speech reads it out.
Twin Psyche would be cool if there were feats at previous levels to add additional rounds to unleash. Then boom, you might have 10 turns.
Yes.
1 minute of Super Saiyan. That would feel good for LVL 20.
Yes, I agree. If there was an earlier feat that added 1 or 2 rounds, and then this feat just said it doubles it, that'd be awesome. But no, one of 2 things is going to happen. 1, you're not going to reach level 20. Or 2, you're going to hit level 20 right before the boss fight, and you'll get to use these abilities once. That's the thing, is most good campaigns will end between levels 10 and 15. You know, at level 20... I will say, level 20 in Pathfinder 2 is in a weird place. You are not quite godly. You know, you can't fight a god. You can't even fight a kaiju at level 20. Paizo has gone on record saying that they have not given the kaiju's stat blocks because they can't be represented. Even a level 20 character would get destroyed by a kaiju. But level 20, so like level 20 is for fighting like demigods or avatars or whatever, like Tree Razor. You know, big, you know, region threats, but not world destroyers. But what about level 21? We'll have to see when Paizo hopefully eventually comes out with, what's the word I'm looking for? Someone help me out. There's a word for those levels. I can't remember. Someone help. What is the word I'm looking for? Oh my word. Mythic. That's the one. Thank you. Mythic. Thank you.
That's
Yeah.
so cool.
Yo, Relu, thank you.
Love the content non-at. Makes work go by so much quicker. Myso is begging you to check out the Living Vessel archetype before the stream ends. They're so excited for it.
Let's go check out some archetypes then. Also, why did that tip get read? Some other people were tipping earlier and I wasn't reading them out loud. What? I don't get. I wonder if there's like a weird swear or something in your username. Who was it that wasn't? It wasn't anonymous. It was what was it? Was it Andrew? Andrew, was it you? You and Jonathan were tipping and it wasn't getting read. I don't know. Yeah, your name is Andrew G. There's no swear in that. I have no idea, Andrew. It's okay, Andrew. Yours gets read out by me, so that's like worth twice as much because my voice is cool and stuff. Don't you laugh at me unless you get me another drink. Then you can laugh at me. All right, let's look at some of these archetypes. So they were asking for the Living Vessel. I believe that is under. Thing. What's so funny?
I don't know. I just got to laugh, so I did it. That was a fake laugh. Yay, love!
Anyway.
The most offensive letter is G.
Why is G offensive?
Frankly.
Oh, because his name is
Hi,
Andrew G.
friends.
That's right. Aww. All right, where is this Living Vessel? Is that under Curses and Pacts? Living Vessel, Living Vessel, Living Vessel. You know what? Let's just do this. Do this. We do this. Where's your kiss? I mean, look, maybe once we've been together for 8 years, I'll kiss you, but we'll see. Living Vessel. Ah, it's under cults. Okay. So let's see this. So for those of you who don't know, the Dark Archives book is, aside from the 2 classes, it's organized by case files. So this, one of these case files is cults. It gives a bunch of different cults and some information on them. There's even some information on the Wandering Way, which is super cool. But it also comes with new archetypes, items, class feats, and stuff related to them. We've known each other for 2 minutes. Where's my rose and snake dinner? You only started kissing your GF after 8 years? Yeah, that was our first kiss. Wasn't that cool? It makes it worth the wait, trust me. Alright. Living Vessel. So what even is that? With the dawning of a new era comes the need for a new seat of power. And what better way to show your coming master your devotion than by sacrificing your entire being for your use? Interesting. Your GM might determine that you can take a pact feat from the Pact Binder archetype as an additional feat as long as the pact is made to the entity within you. Okay. So, Living Vessel Dedication, which is level 2. Whether willingly or not, you've become a vessel for a being of unimaginable power. You and your GM should work together to determine the being's nature and decide how much you know and how much remains a mystery. Okay, sure, I like that they started off with some, like, pen and paper information. I like that. You need to spend at least 1 hour each day assuaging the entity within you, or take a -1 to will saves for 24 hours. This process is determined by you and the GM, could be meditating, could be as extreme as committing gruesome, unspeakable sacrifices? Paizo, what the hell? After a full week of failing to assuage them, you become doomed 1. And you can't remove or ameliorate? Look, Paizo, I know you're smarter than us, but what is ameliorate? Make better. Why not say recover from? No, you cannot remove or ameliorate your condition. Yo, what's up, Jason? Great to see you. Sorry if you've been here for a while. I haven't seen you until now. Ameliorate is a cooler word. Until you allow your entity to take full possession of your body for 24 hours. You gain the entity's resurgence reaction, allowing you to unleash your entity in lieu of falling unconscious. Because I hate you, Josh. Sequibidalian loquaciousness. Does that have actual context, or are you just saying fancy words? Okay. As a reaction, if you would be reduced to 0 hit points, instead of falling unconscious, your entity takes control. You remain at 1 hit point and gain 1 plus key ability mod temporary hit points for 1 minute. However, the entity is in control for 1 minute. While the entity is in control, you gain +1 to attack rolls, damage rolls, and the GM usually controls your character. I'd be okay with letting the player control it, as long as there was an agreement that they wouldn't metagame it. The GM might decide to have you roleplay the entity. Cool. No matter the entity's nature, the entity is sure to wreak vengeance upon the foe who jeopardized the life of their vessel, even an evil entity. Oh, that's it. Okay, so this is effectively, just mechanically speaking, this is Orc Ferocity for the dedication. Like, the dedication is just Orc Ferocity. Wait. I'm reading. Wait. Hold on. Where's the cooldown? Where's the cooldown? Where's the wounded condition? Where's the any limitation on this? I'm pretty sure it's supposed to increase your wounded condition, but it doesn't. But here's the thing. The reaction trigger doesn't say the god is in control. So, or the entity. So can't the entity keep you alive forever? Can't the entity, couldn't the entity just keep using entity's resurgence whenever you would die and fight forever without dying? Just strictly rules as written speaking. Being knocked out immediately if something hits you? The entity is in control until you fall unconscious. But there's no sentence that says the entity can't use it while they're in control. That's the thing here. There's nothing saying that as long as the entity is in control, it can't use this. It's quasi-implied that they couldn't use it because their resurgence is what keeps you alive, but there's nothing saying they can't! I guess, yeah, once per round reaction, I guess. But that's it. Yo, sorry, we just got 2 donations. Thank you so much, Creative Burst and Kay.
Immortality for the low, low price of 1 hour of gruesome bloody sacrifice a day.
Easy. Also, Creative Burst, I don't know why I didn't send it, but a witch with this archetype in the patron. Oh, well, then you have a warlock. Then, Creative Burst, you just have a D&D 5e warlock. Oh my word. So I'm surprised this doesn't inflict wounded, because things like the orcs. I literally said it earlier. Why can't I remember? Orc Ferocity. You stay up, but you still get the wounded condition. It is insane that this does not give you wounded. Even if this didn't give wounded, and let's say the entity can't use it again as long as they're in control. Sure, the caveat's they're in control. They're only in control until you fall unconscious. Let's say you get dropped to 0 hit points. Entity's Resurgence, they're in control. They get knocked to 0 hit points. They return to their vessel. You get knocked unconscious. The Cleric heals you back up to 5 hit points. You get hit again down to 0 hit points. Guess what you can do now? Entity's Resurgence. Reaction, they're in control again. You're still standing again. You need to go down 9 times. Right? 0, wound. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Like 9 or 10 times to die of wounded. That's insane. That's absolutely nuts. I would have to rule against that. I would have to rule against this. Oh my god. The downside is GM pilots you? Sure. But, like, if you and the vessel and the entity are on good terms, you know? You're getting a lot of negatives and downtimes in roleplay situations? Sure. And yeah, you can say rare all you want. Doesn't mean that shouldn't be balanced. Like, so this is an actual fear that me and a lot of people I've talked to, especially when it comes to official content, we are really, really worried from a design standpoint that Paizo will start releasing completely imbalanced content and saying, oh, it's okay, because it's rare. That, to us, is not an excuse. Just making something rare does not give you the right to make it more powerful. And honestly, you'll find that in Sinclair's library, we're doing our best. We're making a lot of things rare. Like, the entire Cursed Archetype system is rare, but it's all still balanced in accord with the rest of the system. Rare just means it changes the rules, or it's just actually rare in the world. It does not mean it should be stronger. I still think it's a great archetype. I love this dedication. It's a cool idea. It just needs some balancing tweaks. Yeah, exactly, Michael. I don't think the infinite loop is intended. Entities strike. The more you try to force your body to stay yours, the more it warps channel the energy flowing. You gain an unarmed attack of your choice with its type determined by your entity. That's cool. Deals 1d6 damage of a type appropriate for the unarmed attack. This unarmed attack is the brawling weapon group and has the agile, finesse, and magical traits. Cool. Just a magical unarmed strike at level 4? Not bad. Yeah, you can only use your reaction once per turn, but if you're going down more than twice in a turn, like, a lot of things will have to be beating on you. Let's see. You can always just roll like Orc Ferocity. That's the thing, Cam, is I think it's supposed to give Wounded 1 when activated. I think that's what it's supposed to do. But I'll be curious. I'll ask like James Case on Twitter. You know what? I'll do that now. Let's do that now while I'm thinking about it, because I will forget. Let me grab a screen cap real quick. I honestly love doing this on stream and then watching the follow-up, because sometimes we actually get an answer on stream, so getting an answer from Paizo would be great. Let's see. Yo, Paizo, James Case, or anyone with an answer. Is this supposed to inflict Wounded 1 on use, or is it actually as ridiculously powerful as it reads? Like Orc Ferocity. Cool. The tweet has been sent. Let's see what else we got. Tap Vitality. Once per hour for 1 action. Heal 4 times your level? You begin to bleed more and more of the enemy's personality and instincts into your own until the next time you spend an hour or more assuaging the entity. So, a big... Yo, see you later, Josh. Hope you feel better soon. I'm glad I was able to make it entertaining. Cheers. So, Tap Vitality. And this whole archetype, all of the negatives are 100% roleplay affected. You know? This archetype is going to be very difficult to play, only because it's going to require a really good GM or a really good player with a really good trustworthy bond with their GM. You know, I would love to play a character with this archetype and actively play against myself and my party, or at least not necessarily against them, but like in the entity's goals as it takes over. It'd be a really cool way to force me to roleplay in a new light. But mechanically, there's no downside to this. And the hard part is I know there's a lot of tables where roleplay negatives aren't really a negative. You know, metagaming is a thing. People only pay attention to the mechanics of things. And a lot of tables don't have a lot of time for roleplay. In such a case, this is just a once per hour 24 HP heal. Like, if you're playing at a table, and I've heard these tables, like, I've heard people saying this is their experience, they'll play through an adventure path, like a whole book, in a couple weeks, because they don't really roleplay. They just go, okay, you're here. Here's a combat. Finish the combat. This person walks up to you and asks you to do this. Okay, you guys agree to do this? Cool. You walk to the tavern. You go into the basement. Okay, roll initiative. Let's fight some rats. Cool, you killed the rats. The innkeeper comes down. He thanks you and gives you your gold. You stay the night at the tavern. You wake up the next day and you go to search the board. And you find that there's people asking for help with an orc encampment. Once you get all your stuff, would you like to do any shopping? Does everyone have anything they need? Want to buy some healing potions? Cool. You buy some healing potions. You subtract 5 gold. Okay, you all leave town. The guards look at you funny, but you're on your way out. You go to the orc encampment and they fight you. Roll me initiative. Okay, 3 rounds in, the orc chieftain comes out. You know, I've heard there's tables like that where it's just go, 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 go. And in such a case, this is insane. My characters tend to die often. With this archetype, I can make a replacement character possessed by my earlier character. That's funny as hell. I love that. Oh my god. What Amber said? It's so rare is never Pathfinder Society legal. Rare traits are never legal in society. Yeah. People doing adventure paths as a speed run for GDQ shouldn't be a primary concern. True. You got me there. Coffee lock. Oh my god. Exude abyssal Sorry. This guy's having a bad time. This guy's having a real bad time. If your entity is a demon, you can take this, and for 1 action, until the beginning of your next turn, you and your weapons are covered in sludge or other similar manifestation of demonic corruption. Your strikes deal an additional 1d6 poison damage, and each time a creature hits you, they take 1d6 poison damage. Cool. I like that. That's really, really good. That's a lot of fun, super flavorful. I'm here for it. You ever consider a story hook where the villagers hire your party to wipe out a family of gnomes because you find them annoying? No, gnomes are great. They're the best race in the entire game. What are you talking about? Gnomes are the absolute single best ancestry in Pathfinder 2e. Fight me or I ban you. 2 action, Phase Trickery. If your entity is a Fae, once per hour you cast Mirror Image. Not bad. 1 action, if your entity is an aberration or outer entity, for 1 action... That's so cool.
That art is me every morning following a Taco Bell dinner.
Just crapping out tentacles and deep blackish green. I'm gonna stop. Requirements. You have a foe grabbed or restrained. That foe takes bludgeoning damage equal to your level and mental damage equal to your highest mental ability modifier. Basic will save applies to both. So at level 8, that's going to be like 12 damage. Pretty good. Yosoki are a very close second. Yosoki are a very close second to gnomes, but gnomes win. Yes, you get so you don't get different types of vessels. You are the vessel for different types of entities. You pick Fae, you pick Aberration, you pick Outer Entity, you pick Demon, Devil, evil aligned beings are most likely. Super cool. Vessels form. We got to jump right from level 8 to level 16. 2 actions. Once per day, when known at ones gets a donation from Andrew G.
That's so cool.
I'll fight you. Human is based.
Human is fine. Human's like try hard. If you're trying to make a really min-maxed character, human is almost always the right answer. You misspelled basic. Yo, you right. What's the difference between aberration and outer entity? Aberrations tend to be from Galarian. Outer entities tend to be interstellar beings like Cthulhu. Vessel's form. For 2 actions, you symbiotically combine your form with that of your entity. For 1 minute, you become large and gain reach. You get +2 to attack and damage rolls, +1 on saves against spells. If entity's resurgence occurs, the status bonus is increased to +3. You have your entity's strike feat. Oh, if you have the entity's strike feat, deals a d8. You gain 40 temp hit points. You can fly. Cool. Pretty cool. Very flavorful. I like this. This is really, really neat. There's a few new domains. The Apocryphal domain. Oh. I'm just gonna run to the bathroom real quick, guys. All right. I'll be right back. There's my window. I'll be right back. Okay, I apologize for leaving you for so long. Allow me to bring myself back into view and remove this from your poor souls. Anyone out there still have their soul? Can we get a look at Mindscapes? Can we check out the deviant abilities? I gotta wrap it up here pretty soon. Oh, the girlfriend needs some help with something. I will take a quick look at Mindscapes, because I do want to see how that works. And then don't worry, anything I didn't cover here today, it's all getting a video. I'm going to make... apologize at once for apologizing. I'm going to be making a single video for each of the different case files, so look forward to those where I go over everything inside. But let's look at Psychic... Oh, wait, no, so people wanted... The Mindsmith, the Sleepwalker archetype? Ow! There's so much here. Mindscapes. We're looking at Mindscapes. So Mindscapes, if you don't know, are basically similar to a whole new plane or dimension, all kept inside of someone's thought or memory. So, the stat block for more limited binary Mindscapes is on page 202. That goblin's about to ask whether you've seen the mummy. Missed the whole thing, but that was a cool-looking goblin. That's all you needed to see. That's the whole book. Yeah, Psychonauts, literally. Immersive Mindscape. So are these all Mindscape rituals? So there's a ritual to create a Mindscape. There's a ritual to enter and leave the Mindscape. Is that all we get about Mindscapes? What's the living weapon I mentioned earlier? So there's no living... Oh, the living weapon is a playable ancestry in Battle Zoo Ancestries coming next year. Keep an eye out for that. I'm sure it'll pop up again. I'm sure it'll pop up on my channel. Weird. So as far as Mindscapes go, we just got a lot of lore. We didn't get any real statistics, but I guess, you know, it's a world. You know, it's a plane of existence, so it's not going to be its own... There's not going to be a lot of statistics to it. It's just going to tell you how they work. Cool. But, alright, unfortunately, I'm going to have to call it there. Can we get, like, a cool picture to end this on? What am I looking at here? Oh, this is an adventure. Ah, spoilers! Adventure spoilers! Ah! Because, yeah, each of these case files comes with an adventure at the end, which is super cool. Can we get a cool-looking cryptid? Can we get a cool-looking cryptid here? How is this cryptids? How is this cryptids? Huh. I like Mios and Sayoni hanging out, though. Alright. I gotta head out, though, guys. It's already been 2 hours. My voice is starting to go, and the girlfriend needs help fixing her computer because her session starts soon. But thank you all for hanging out. I can't believe we managed to hit, like, 300 people, like, consecutively throughout the entire stream. Y'all are incredible. 250 now. I'm gonna go eat some dinner, help my girlfriend fix her computer, and then I'm gonna relax and get to work tomorrow because I've got a lot to do. So thank you guys for hanging out. I hope you have a really good rest of your evening. Thank you to everyone who donated. I really freaking appreciate it. I can't tell you enough how much that means to me. And I hope y'all keep it real, all right? See you on Friday for a new video.